Welcome to this LSP video presentation corresponding to archaeology. I am Jorge Perez and I will talk about Ciudad Perdida, a real lost city still to discover. Excavation at archaeological sites today produce thrills like those of a real-life Indiana Jones. To illustrate this, two sources about the current state and history of Ciudad Perdida are going to be compared. Looters, drug lords, audacious explorers, gold, ancient sites. Nothing to envy to a Hollywood story, but this time is 100% real. To make this video, I looked for two sources. The first is the number 3 episode of the first season of a TV series made by National Geographic named Lost Cities with Alberlin. In this slide, I am providing the MLA citation of this source. The second one is an article also available on the web that is entitled Teyuna, la ciudad perdida de los indígenas Tairona, written by Frances Sloan. And I also providing the MLA citation here. Let's talk about location. This is the northern part of Colombia, and we can see here the site where Ciudad Perdida is. Ciudad Perdida is at snowy mountain range. I will call this site from this point on like Sierra Nevada, Ciudad Perdida in Spanish. What is it, Ciudad Perdida? Ciudad Perdida is an archaeological site where Tairona town had their home. That's the reason a lot of man-made structures can be found here, like walls, dwelling places, temple, drains. There are lots of little Tairona towns connected by almost 200 kilometers of stepways. Why was it so attractive to Spaniards? Spaniards conquerors came to the New World attracted by legends of enormous amount of gold and wealth. When they came to New World, they arrived to Colombian coasts and they were looking for legends like El Dorado that talked about a priest who covered his entire body with gold powder. Although they found a lot of gold, as they cannot find the El Dorado, they became very rude and unmerciless with this kind of native tribes, and they almost killed them all, not only by using their swords and their guns, but also by means of the diseases they brought from Europe. In this slide, we can see little pieces made of gold. This is the goldsmith of the Tairona's town. They were excellent at this art, and they made these solid gold artifacts like earrings, necklace, rings, and so on. But they also made artifacts of an alloy, blending copper and silver. And this technique could allow the Taironas to deceive the Spaniards conqueror. They could think they were holding a solid gold artifact in their hands, but they were not. They were made of an alloy. It's discovering. There was a rumor Sierra Nevada had a lot of tombs full of gold. That made a handful of looters came to the site and tried to explore, making gold digging. One of them, maybe looking for something to launch, shot a bird, and when he came into the dense jungle to recover his prey, he found a very big wall, a man-made structure This finding uh, only confirmed the rumor, and now not a handful but hundreds of looters came to the zone, and that made this territory a very dangerous one because they were holding gunfights almost in a daily basis. Julio César Sepúlveda, the man who first discovered the wall of Ciudad Perdida, was shot to death in one of these gunfights. To stop the violence, the looters' chief named Jaime Barón proposed Museo del Oro, exploding the site altogether. And this was the occasion for not only Museo del Oro but uh, other cultural institutions and universities came together and explored the site here in Santa Marta. That made today's Indiana Jones look like this. This is Dr. Santiago Giraldo. He is the lead archaeologist in charge of the site after the guerrillas FARC was taken out of the zone. We can see here Dr. Juanita Sáenz Samper. She is working for Museo del Oro, and she is an expert who is in charge of taking care of the gold pieces found in this archaeological site. This is Eduardo Masuera. Eduardo Masuera is an anthropologist who is in charge of establishing and depicting all the social interaction between these tribes, as well as religious practices or economical practices and so on. There are a lot of scientists who first came to Ciudad Perdida. Among them, we can name Luisa Fernanda Herrera, Lucía de Perdomo, Gilberto Cadavid, and the architect Bernardo Valderrama. This last one was the one who came with the idea of naming the entire site like Ciudad Perdida, as we know it nowadays. The role of new technologies. In the recent years, Nat Geo came to the zone and proposed to use cutting-edge technology, including drones and laser beams. I will allow myself to read what is in the slide to define LiDAR. LiDAR is an acronym for Light Detection and Ranging, and it's a remote sensing technology that uses light to measure distances. Radar stands for Radio Detection and Ranging and uses radio waves to detect the presence and volume of distant objects. Using this, among others like tablets, we can see here in the slide, and high-tech altimeters, scientists can map the whole uncharted territory and simulate what is it without bushes and trees. And this allows them to identify a possible zone of a new town can be found. I am showing in this slide an image that can be produced using this technique. We can see here shacks that are depicted by using this technology. These are ICG images. What did they find? LiDAR helped to find sound evidences that there is human activity in the zone. They found pottery leftovers and some kind of walls hidden into the bushes and into the deep jungle. There are Tairona descendants living here still nowadays, and they are such as a mysterious town, and they are living their lives out there as their ancestors used to 500 years ago. Where is it? LiDAR tech made it possible in 2019 to establish the location of a new Tairona town, which is near to Ciudad Perdida, but it is necessary to hike 5 hours bushwhacking into the dense jungle. The work is still to do. They are discovering this new site, and there are a lot of work to do by cleaning the site and identifying objects to be found there. This archaeological site still has a lot to show. Thank you for watching.